Are traps gay?
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to Knights of the Geek Table. We are here. We're going to talk about anime. We're going to talk about how we got introduced into the genre. I'm here with Hubbard. I'm here with John. I'm not here with Soul. And we're all wearing sunshades because why the fuck not?
I need sunshade. My eyes still look like shit
Hey,
from my 12-hour
my
hell.
prescription ones are somewhere else, so I'm just wearing a regular set of cheap head sunshades. So I can't see shit anyway.
Mine's like I think mine's like $100 or $200.
Yeah, I have some Ray-Ban ones upstairs.
This is weird.
Okay.
It's not that
So
weird. Get used to it. Trust me, you'll be fine.
No, when I look straight ahead, the screen is black. But if I turn to the side, I can see. It's weird.
I believe
Sorry.
Hubbard, you are the one with the most history of anime. So you wanna
By history, you mean this? I just kind of watch it a little bit earlier than you guys, despite the fact I haven't watched that much. Into his other shit.
Sure, okay. I didn't really hear a word.
We're like, so do you have any experience? He holds up 4 doctorates. Like, oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The doctorate of
This is my
anime.
doctorate right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, start on what? What does start specifically?
Like how you got introduced into anime and like
Oh, okay.
I guess some of your favorite shows along the way.
Mine was pretty much as I'm sure there's like a lot of people would probably be in the correct technical way would be like Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's pretty much like everybody plus anime is like Pokemon. But then get to the actual things that what I actually discovered was the anime was somewhere in the very early 2001
Mm-hmm.
when I stayed up late when I was like what was the second grade during that time. I just like stay up late, Cartoon Network on, and then Toonami pop up,
Yeah.
and that all that classic anime and stuff in it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to
Like,
pause you. John is making sexy eyes at the fucking camera.
I'm trying to work around these damn things. I can't see. I'm like trying to
He's sitting there going.
It's just
We can't see you. Hold on, let's see if I have other glasses that might work as well.
It honestly looked like you were just peeking over your glasses, like you would move them a certain way, tilt your head a little bit, smile, nod.
I just realized your Discord pictures in the background. In a post
I legitimately can't see it. It's like hurting my eyes. I'm gonna have to switch back to regulars. So I'll keep them here though.
Yeah, I can't see it either. I'm done with the sunshades.
Oh
yes, I win.
I can't.
Hey,
you wear contacts. We fucking blind.
Hey, that's your fault.
Okay.
You should have gone.
Sorry.
Anyway, now that John's not trying to seduce the audience.
Oh, hello there. Sorry.
Back to what you were saying, Hubbard. Toonami?
Yeah. Fuck, I lost my track.
You watched Toonami?
Yeah, it was like back in Toonami. So. Okay, a second here.
Are you okay?
Can we just have like a technical difficulty or something?
Hey, I don't even know. Half time when I edit, I just pull shit up. The jokes hit me then.
Alright. Yeah, so it was like 2000, early 2000, 2001. I stayed up late, watching Cartoon Network. Toonami came along, and it was showing the classics, well, at least I guess the newest ones, as back then, like Cowboy Bebop, Ugh. I can't fucking think straight. I can't think straight. Thanks a lot to you with your sexy eyes.
Oh, you're welcome, baby.
Okay, John. Your go.
My turn, is it?
Yes.
Sorry, I was not like scrolling through memes next to my camera, so I'm still looking up here. No, so my first anime. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, I think, is the same for everybody, but I honestly don't even really consider them anime, really.
I consider them cartoons.
Especially since the dubs for both of them like stripped away any anime-isms that were in them.
Yeah.
I mean, I was actually just rewatching the original first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! And just some of the like the localization and stuff that they do in it, like like really really crappy Photoshop to like remove guns and stuff. But I don't think I never watched Toonami as a kid at all until I got older, like into high school, just because I always had like a strict bedtime and I could never I had trouble staying up to watch Samurai Jack, and that wasn't even on Toonami.
Damn.
Yeah. So my first, I mean, well, the funny thing is, I would occasionally stay up to it, but I would always ever catch, and I think I've told John this before, I would always catch the beginning of Cowboy Bebop. And I would always catch the beginning credits where they played Tank, the song, and I'd always think that was the end credits. And I would yeah, well, because I was a kid, I didn't know, and I would always think it was the end credits because of how long it was. I wasn't used to that, and obviously it was more adult, and so I was like, oh damn, missed it, and I turned it off.
Man, you missed out on that was a great show.
Well, I have it on Blu-ray now. The whole thing.
Oh, I mean, now you do.
It's one of my favorites.
You missed it slowly when it was originally out.
Yeah, when I was a kid. So, but I think the first anime that I watched seriously was one of two. I can't remember which one. It was either Kaze no Stigma or Chrome Shelled Regis, and I'm not sure if you even heard of either of them. It's not really well-known animes. I think they both have kind of a cult following, in a way. Kaze no Stigma.
So dog web shit.
Well, no, they weren't. Neither of them were bad. Neither of them were like.
No, this is a joke, Just saying you got a cult following and all.
Well, Kaze no Stigma was interesting because it was based off of actual novels. The issue was, though, with that is it stopped season 2, I think. And they never continued it because, unfortunately, the author who was writing the books passed away.
Damn.
Yeah. And so they're just like, well, we're just, instead of just continuing it on with their own, like, they decided just to stop. Which was a shame because it was actually very good. And then Chrome Shelled Regis was it was the first anime that I really gave a shit about, that I actually really cared. Either that or Kaze, I forgot which one that I started with. And that was interesting because it was more of like, it did actually have a cult following with it, to the point where I think there was 3 seasons. The 3rd season was only made because all the fans in Japan, because they don't give a shit about what fans in America think, but all the fans in Japan were lobbying for that 3rd season, and so they felt like they obligated, so they made it conclude. So that was my first like really 2 animes that I really cared about. I mean, I've watched others since then. I have other favorite. I mean, Cowboy Bebop is my favorite. I followed by Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, that's good too.
Yeah,
can go on that.
Not so much, not the original Full Metal, but Brotherhood.
Yeah, it's like the second season.
Yeah,
of
second
one.
And then after that, I mean, I gotta say, Kaze no Stigma and Chrome Shelled are up there. There was one that I watched that I thought was very interesting. I'm forgetting, but it had it was one of those ones with a really long, complicated name you can't fucking remember. I want to say. Oh damn! I cannot remember. It's not Archipelago of Blue Steel. I keep saying I want to say that, but that's not it.
What is like the main character? I suppose.
I can't remember. The premise is there is this like it starts out in space, and the human race is fighting these alien things. You don't know exactly what they are. And they're fighting in like these big laser mechs. And
Gundam?
No, it's not Gundam. No, it's not. I know Gundam. It wasn't that. And anyway, through a series of events, one of the pilots and his machine get like sent through this portal or whatever, and they end up on this planet. and it's completely covered in water. And all the inhabitants of it live on these giant floating cities on boats, and that have the capacity to like people will like come up on their boats and anchor and just stay there. If they want to leave, they'll unanchor and go. It's kind of like Waterworld. Remember that movie, but just a lot better. And then all of a sudden this dude shows up. I mean, and they're using like kind of old, like rusted, like metal boats, very low tech. And this guy shows up with this giant super mech, and he's this, of course, and they don't even speak the language. He has to learn the language. Mm-hmm. And it was very interesting. I don't really want to it's not really a spoiler. Basically, you find out that. Well, I guess it is kind of a spoiler. I'm gonna spoil it for you. Too bad.
No, it doesn't matter.
Basically, you find out the water world, quote unquote, was actually Earth, and they are using, old aircraft carriers and things like that to live on this water world. And the humans and the aliens fighting. Well, the aliens aren't really aliens. They're actually just they were modified, genetically altered humans that basically went on a completely different evolutionary path. And I guess the history of both sides was just lost as further they went in the future into space. And so they were warring, and they really didn't know why. And they were completely different from one another, to the point where they probably didn't even know they used to be the same species.
Damn.
Yeah. And it was a very cool show because it was on this floating city, and they do with pirate raids. And of course, then you had this dude, this giant mech who could destroy shit. It was very cool. I should probably look up. It was very, very good. I'm trying to think. It was something. It was one of those awkwardly long animes. But those are my top ones. And I'll look it up here in a second. But I can't really think of anything else that really. I probably will in a little while. But those are my top ones. Oh, I have a. Okay, I have two guilty pleasure animes. Both of which I started to watch for a specific reason, which you'll probably know, and I'll probably be ashamed of, and then I ended up staying on for a completely different reason. First one is, I actually don't know how this one's said. I've heard it both ways. Vampire Rosario, or Vampire plus Rosary, one or the other. I forgot what it's actually called. I think it's Rosaria, which was, well, I gotta say, I clicked on it because there was a pretty girl on it, I gotta say.
That's normal, actually. That's really normal when it comes to anime. It's pretty good. People are gonna like it.
Yeah, and I was expecting just more of a fan servicey show, and I really wasn't expecting much. Which there is some of that in there, but it then turned I actually ended up I'm halfway through season 2, and I'm like, oh my god, I actually care about these characters. It was it caught me. I was like on my seat, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Wait, what? That one has got 2 seasons in it. It's based off a manga that's still going, but the anime ended after 2 seasons, which was kind of a shame. And then the second one was, God, I hate saying the name, Cat Planet Cuties.
What?
My bottle. Welcome
There's only
to
2
the club.
episodes, but
Welcome to the club, my bottle. Welcome to the club.
Well, again, I was expecting it to be another fan servicey show, and there was that in there. But all of a sudden, I don't know why, but the way the characters were written and stuff, they were actually really funny and very entertaining. And I was like, wow, this is actually kind of good. And then it was only 2 episodes. And I was like, oh, never mind.
Damn.
It's the weird.
That's the thing I like about anime. It's you think it's one thing, but you end up liking it for something else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there was another one too. Oh God, what was that one? Another. Fuck. What was that one called? I can't even remember really the premise of it. I mean, do you want me to explain the premise of those 2 that I just mentioned or not?
All right, that's good. I'll move on to me.
Okay, I'll look up the ones I can't remember.
I never did get my favorites, but I'll let John go.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well.
Lost Property. I'm sorry, that's the other one I like.
So, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, of course, but I always counted them as just cartoons. My real, I remember Toonami when it was the afternoon slot, 4 o'clock to 6.
The Saturday special.
No, it was during the weekday too.
No, it was mostly during the Saturdays, I think. Or was it Friday? No, it was probably Friday.
It might have been Friday. I remember getting off a
Then
school
they would,
bus.
I don't remember they did the weekdays. It was mostly the weekends.
I would watch Totally Spies and Teen Titans, and then the Toonami guy would show up.
That's the other. Those are those other two, but again, I don't even really think of them as anime, so I didn't even think of them because I did watch. Well, actually, Totally Spies is not anime.
No, yeah, I was going to say this. It was what was like a
which?
Oh,
it was
by the way,
was made in. It was not made in Japan. It was made in another country. It was like Canada. I think it was Canada.
No, it wasn't Canada. So Totally Spies, Code Lyoko, and a couple others on the Maguzi section on Cartoon Network. Remember that? That's all French. All of that's from France.
Oh, by the way, John.
Yeah.
I was talking to Hubbard a while back, and I mentioned Totally Spies that I used to watch it, and to find out Hubbard, he used to watch it.
Yeah.
But I looked it up to find out they did like 3 more seasons after it left Cartoon Network.
Where?
They aired it on like Discovery Kids channel instead of Cartoon Network. But there's 3 seasons that I never watched.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, again, it's a French-made show, so it carries on there regardless. I think they were just dubbing it and bringing it over here, so we're just trying to find a place to put it.
I love that show. My grandpa would watch that show, and he was in his 60s. But back to the anime part. My first actual anime, like watching and all. So Hubbard, he would always in high school during Fridays, like into Saturdays.
Saturdays.
Yeah.
Saturdays.
But like at school, you would tell me about it on Fridays. Hey, why don't you?
Oh yeah, because they brought it back as an April Fool joke. Some point back in 2010, 2011, it was a huge success, and they kept it, which I'm really glad they did because man, the problem about the United States, and I know this is kind of interrupting you, but it's just as much as popular as it seems here, it's just those major networks just don't want to like fully support it. Yeah. Don't want to give like a channel or something.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if this counts, but I also watched a Megas XLR. I don't know if that's.
Oh my fucking god!
I don't remember what that was.
That was the shit.
Oh, that's when the guy takes a sport car and puts it on the head of a giant robot.
And the controller was a fucking gaming controller.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I remember that.
I don't know if that's an anime or where the hell that was. I think it was actually.
Dude, I remember he was funny like a Mario parade balloon or something in one episode. I was like, they cannot get any more gamers than that.
Well, okay. Google says it's American made, so it doesn't count, I guess.
Who cares? That show was a shit.
But so Hubbard for a year, at least, had been like, "Hey, watch Toonami."
That was good.
Watch
Toonami. I was supposed to push him because it was it was like more to our genre. Yeah. The show it was more. And I was like, we were enjoying the shitty crap and
I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. So one night I was. It was after. It was I had been to the doctor, so I had a nap because pain pills, but I was wide awake a Saturday night, and I was flipping through channels, and I was texting Hubbard, and
it's quite the text was like, why didn't it say in the fucking
I put it on Toonami because I knew he was probably watching it, and for 15 minutes, these two characters sat at this very long table, just sitting there.
I even remember. I remember what it was.
And I texted him. I was like, "Why are they sitting at a table?" And Hubbard's response was probably one of the funniest response I've ever heard. He goes, "Wait, what? Like what?" And it was like 6 messages of what. Because he didn't understand what I was that I was watching it because he didn't believe I was watching it. So
it was and I remember it was Neon Genesis.
Evangelion.
Yeah.
I never.
It was.
I never.
It wasn't. It wasn't a TV show though. It was
a
the
movie.
It was the remade movies. I think it was 2 point. It was was it the second or the third one? One of those two.
Yeah. So
I had the first one, but they never did show that scene. So it's one of those two.
I watched the second. Like I watched it, the whole movie, from that table scene to the end, and
Oh, that gruesome ending.
that gruesome fucking ending. I was like, what the fuck?
I think it was the third. It was the third one. Because because the German chick got killed.
Yeah, I was in shock.
I've never I didn't like Evangelion. I haven't watched it really,
Yeah.
but I've done research into it to see if I'd be interested in it. I'm like, not.
That's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites.
Well, that and I tried to watch Gundam. I seriously tried to watch. I went through all of them and started them and tried to watch. Aside from Blood Orphans, I could not watch any of them. I was just like,
that's for me. That's like I think I've seen like the first one and then another one, but I never did watch the rest because I was like I just don't have the time to consistently catch up with all these.
Yeah. So
it's funny because I have physical Gundam sitting up on a shelf. Sorry, continue.
Yeah,
Oh, you do?
I watched the whole movie and I was like,
oh shit, nice.
God damn. I couldn't believe that was on television.
Oh, dude! First time, I remember that shot for me. It really wasn't any other actual. It was funny because it wasn't like a traditional anime. Yeah. It was one of the Dead Space movies because the game.
Yeah.
They made anime movies out of them, and one of the movies was on at it was at 4 a.m. in the morning on Cartoon Network. I think it was on Adult Swim, and I was like, "Can you put this on television?"
Oh.
That's the magic of that's like the magic of a thing about anime. They could show some gruesome stuff in it other than South Park or something.
Yeah.
Other
than that statement reminds me of this story. So my brother and I watched Family Guy since we were little. Okay.
Yeah. I love how we're going off track now.
I know, but it relates and it's funny. It's still Cartoon Network related. So we would watch that hour and a half of Family Guy they would show on Adult Swim. So, when we moved into this house, I was in 5th grade. My brother, he was maybe preschool, kindergarten. And so he wanted to watch Family Guy, so he put it on the channel. So he was watching Family Guy. And my dad walked in the room when the next show aired. And it was that Metallica type show.
Oh,
why is that door open?
That's brutal.
My dad walked into my little brother's room when that come on, and he my dad. All I heard was my dad yell, "This dude is ripping this woman's vagina." What the fuck are you watching?
Hubbard, you alright?
Yeah, are you okay, dude?
Remember that door I tell you about that kind of opens on its own once in a while and some weird shit may happen?
Yeah, but that's typically in Sparta, not in New Jersey.
Well, it was in New Jersey now.
You sure the door was the door open?
It was closed a couple of minutes ago. I just looked over and that bitch is open.
I mean, bad vibrations?
How about good vibrations?
Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. I don't know if it's. I don't know. Oh, what is this? This works. I take it.
Yeah. If the ghost comes in, stab
it.
But
yeah, back to the anime.
Oh yeah, so Metalocalypse isn't even an anime.
No. But
my thing with that was not Metalocalypse, but it was Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It was come on, and I'm like, I can't watch this.
Oh, I couldn't watch that at all.
Hey, Fry Man.
The first anime show I watched was Sword Art Online.
Oh, that's another one that I like. I mean, it's one that was like.
Oh, boy, that is the touchy. That is touchy.
It's a touchy one.
Well, the thing with that is like, I mean, like, I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I'd like it.
I liked it,
but it's for whatever reason people were like, "Oh, it's the best," and everyone's like, "No, it's awful," and I'm like, "It's okay."
Yeah,
like
it was
I
good.
like.
Yeah, that's all I am. Like, it's okay. Like it's okay. I mean, there's some parts that just like I like the first half of this of season 1, but then we get to the fairy part that was a bit weird.
Oh,
now
that
we
was
got
weird.
magic.
Yeah, Alpha
We got the
Online.
magic and like it took away the death. It was just basically like basically like a savior princess.
The first half I thought was actually very great.
It was.
Although I cannot watch the dub. I watched it originally in sub. I can't watch the dub now. But Alpha Online, I thought it wasn't terrible, but I mean, like one of the things that bothered me was the villain, and like he was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like whenever when he was like in game, like I understand making you want to hate the villain, but he just like he physically made me mad. And I didn't feel like he really got his comeuppance well in the the end game. But SAO2, I don't know if you ever watched that.
I did.
SAO2, I thought was actually pretty decent again.
Yeah. So many people thought he was a girl though, which was funny.
Oh, the gun part.
If you saw any promotional material, like you'd immediately think that, but he's
no, that was good. And then after Sword Art Online, I watched Space Dandy.
I've seen Space Dandy.
It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, that is like
it is.
That was
it is hilarious.
That was the shit as well.
I'm
ashamed that I mean, you know they had the you know if you go to I know I went to Barnes and Noble, they had like a manga based off the anime.
Really?
Dale.
That's weird. That's very rare for them to make a manga based off an anime. It's always the other way around.
Yeah, typically it is.
The same way we come like visual novels. It's usually a visual novel than the anime.
Okay. But yeah, those.
Is there a ghost in your room too?
No, somebody slid something on my door. Hold on.
It's a ghost. He's coming for you. Get out.
Sorry, it's nothing. Anyway, what were we talking about?
It had to be something. You laughed.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, I'm worried.
Another anime that I wanted to say, Fairy Tail. I like Fairy Tail. And how can I forget? I watched all of Bleach, all the anime. I've seen all of it, including the filler. So
for me with Bleach was that since I had never really an internet connection, like for many years until like last year, my opportunity to like watch like something like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach was like basically whenever it was on TV. So it was like I was watching one segment, and next thing you know, I missed like another segment too. I'm like in another one. I'm like,
I watched a little bit of Naruto, but once I got into Shippuden, I just lost interest, and I was like, I just don't care anymore.
That's one show I never watched.
Naruto. Yeah. It's okay, but I mean the other show that I can't watch is Dragon Ball. I've given it so many chances, but like I just can't. Like
I watched it.
I'll watch it. That show is fucking like it's eviscerated in the sense that they cut it up so much. Like, I was trying to look for just like a single fight on YouTube, and you'll get it, but the video is like 3 hours long because it's a semblance of like of half a season of the show. Like you can't. Like, it's like, are you kidding me?
Oh my god, yes.
Whoa, this is lagging like hell.
So my younger cousin, he liked Dragon Ball. He went through a Dragon Ball stage. He went through so many fucking stages. Power Ranger stage, fucking Dragon Ball stage, Hunger Games stage, like.
So it's basically involved fighting.
Yeah, he's fucking lunatic when he was younger. But he went through a Dragon Ball stage, and I remember I was still into like SpongeBob. Well, I'm still fucking into SpongeBob, but like I liked like traditional American shows, and this had to be probably 2005. So like I was in that stage where I watched like teenage shows, but I still kind of was watching some of the younger kids stuff too, like fucking Backyardigans and stuff like that.
I never watched that show.
So
I couldn't get into that thing.
So he has never had cable or satellite or anything at his house. So he would come.
Damn, that's worse than me.
Yeah. He still doesn't. He just got Netflix a couple years ago.
Man, at least he got Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with.
Yeah, he does have internet.
Satellite.
But he's never had cable, never had anything like that. So when he would want to watch something, he would come down to my grandparents and watch it. Power Rangers I was fine with. I watched Power Rangers through like SPD and Mystic Force. But when he went into that Dragon Ball stage, like he'd come down there and watch it. And my grandpa loved watching shows. Like he enjoyed Barney, one of his favorite shows was SpongeBob. He legit called my dad one night when it was SpongeBob's 10th anniversary, and he goes, "Are you gonna bring the kids over? They're airing 5 new episodes of SpongeBob." So
Grandpa know his shit.
So my grandpa loved watching shows with us. So my cousin would come down to watch Dragon Ball, and one day my grandpa goes, "Why don't you watch some normal shit?" And my cousin got mad and ran home. Never. That was the end of the Dragon Ball stage.
Damn.
That's some real shit.
Because
that is hard.
Because Nicktoons wouldn't like just air like one episode of Dragon Ball. It would be like a block of 4 hours. So my grandpa had sat through like 2.5 hours of it. And my grandpa was just tired of Dragon Ball Z.
So I think that's why you kind of hate it, because they kept on showing it consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about That's the thing about like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network these days. They just show the same crap over and over. Yeah, the fucking Johnny
Test.
I remember there was a while where I was actually old enough to get into Toonami, and I started to try to watch it, but it would always be like Inuyasha, and I never liked that show. And so that would always come on, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this, and I just turn it off. So I'm just...
Yeah, like, it was... I know the exact Dragon Ball Z it was. It was Dragon Ball Z Kai.
I knew it. That's the one they still show in Toonami right now.
I hated it because I was forced to watch hours of it. And
I just never liked Dragon Ball.
It was weird.
It has this uniqueness to it. My problem was that it was just they stretched everything so long. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the one thing they do is they stretch it out quite long. And
I just couldn't take it anymore. I mean, I stayed on. I don't really watch Pokemon anymore either, because after it really hit me right after about Johto, that Ash is this poor, slightly retarded kid stuck in a time warp who will never, and I say slightly retarded because he'll never be able to, he always has to learn the same lessons over again, and he can never beat the final league, and then he just moves on into the next, and he's never aging, and I'm like, this poor guy, I can't watch this anymore.
He should have the typing down to a fucking T.
Yeah, and when I finally, I tried to pick it up again, it was, I think Black and White, I tried to pick it up again.
Oh, fuck God.
No, that was the worst season to pick up.
Yeah, that was the tone. That was when I
same
stopped.
Symptoms. Like, when the episode 1 starts, and Pikachu loses all of his powers, and he loses to, a level 1 Snivy, and I'm like, nope, done.
Okay, the thing for me about Black and White was, at least with the auto Pokemon series beforehand, they talk about the past. I mean, it was like they continue on. Black and White was the reset. They're like, fuck everything.
Well, they had to, because at a certain point, they can't just keep talking about it, because he should be 30.
Yeah. I watched the original Pokemon. I watched through Orange Islands. Johto is where I stopped because it changed channels.
Of Johto?
Yeah, fuck. I always say that one wrong.
Johto. There's no A. It's J-O.
But I picked it back up at Hoenn. So
I actually watched. I gotta say though, I did watch a lot of Hoenn, incidentally.
Hoenn was a great chunk all the way through the Battle Frontier. That was great, and then I watched Sinnoh. Sinnoh was fantastic. But then the fucking bullshit happened, and
Black and White.
Oh.
And the Snivy thing's what stopped me.
Yep.
Like that straight pissed me off. And the fact that Ash, it's just frustrating because Ash, like, they'll never let him win.
No.
He can never win the Pokemon League, and it's fun. It's actually sad. Like this last season, I forgot which one it was.
Like X and Y.
Yeah, I picked back up with
like
X
he
and
made
Y.
it. Like he made it to the finals, but he lost to a fucking Charizard with a water type Pokemon.
Yeah, but I'm just the thing is, like, I remember listening to all these people on YouTube, like, "Oh, Ash is totally gonna win this time." And I'm like, "You poor fools, you have no idea. It's never going to end."
Trust me, like no, like I watched it. I knew he was not gonna win, but just to how bullshit it was, I was like,
And it's so sad. It's like all of this knowledge and stuff he's gathered, all of the badges, and every time he loses at one of the leagues, he never goes back. He just moves on.
Yeah.
Just re-challenge it.
No, I actually own a good chunk of X and Y because I really feel like X and Y was a part where Pokemon was getting back into what it was supposed to be, show-wise, and like there was character development. The fucking companion was amazing.
That's the thing. You can't do any more character development for Ash that you haven't already done.
But
I mean, he's a student now in Sun and Moon, so yeah.
Let me finish what X and Y before we get to that bullshit. But like his companion was good. He fucking had a relationship with her, basically.
I thought you meant Pikachu. I was like, you mean his level 1000 Pikachu?
No.
Let's get his ass kicked like somehow, some way.
No. The girl that actually wanted to travel, like, they had a backstory where they actually had met when they were little in Professor Oak's little summer camp. Like, that was amazing. That was good. And then when
40 years ago in Professor Oak's summer camp.
So I was like, okay. And there was like rumors because they kissed at the end of X and Y that like maybe it would be kind of like kind of a Misty again where she would go with him to the next one, to Sun and Moon. And then I watched the first episode of Sun and Moon, and
wait for it.
That was the most bullshit I've ever seen in my life. He looks like shit. Doesn't look like Ash anymore. The fucking every fucking character development they have given Ash through fucking the past 15 years, they took a big old shit on top of it.
But they've already done that before.
Yes.
I mean, it was the beginning of I think it was actually shit. It was actually, I remember the beginning of Johto where he challenges the bird type gym and he doesn't know, like, oh, what goes well against like a bird, like the flying type Pokemon. And I'm like, Ash, you should know this.
You have a fucking Pikachu.
But Sun and Moon takes it to a whole new level.
Oh, I think he threw out Chikorita against one of the owl Pokemon.
But
that's what I was like.
A whole new level is Sun and Moon.
Well, the mistake was they should never have made Ash the protagonist forever. They should have had him go through Kanto, win the league, and then stop and do a new character. Because every Pokemon game has new characters. They should have done that. Same thing they did with Yu-Gi-Oh!
But the thing is that there is something like that. I know with the Pokemon manga, every new region will focus on the two characters, like in the game. And then they had like I know it was like in Japan, and they never came back to the US, I think. Well, like it was like kind of like his own little series where like they show all the different main characters of the different region doing stuff.
Well, they had
and Ash was like there was no Ash in it. It was just basically red, blue.
Yeah, well, that's what they should have done.
They had a there was a spin-off Pokemon show, Pokemon Chronicles, that it wasn't focused on Ash. It was focused on like all this people he's left behind. So there was a couple episodes of Misty at her gym and all. There was a couple of Pallet Town. I remember there was an episode where like it followed Bulbasaur going with Professor Oak to the island, and they discovered these fossils. Tracy, different things. Like, it was good, but that got canceled.
I gotta say though, I had a rival as a kid. I hated Pokemon.
Yeah.
I liked the games. Like I played the games, but I hated the show. And it was weird. I mean, I was a kid, so it didn't make any damn sense. But it was because I loved Yu-Gi-Oh, and whenever I'd wake up Saturday morning to watch Yu-Gi-Oh, I would always turn on the TV and it would be Pokemon instead. And that was because I think I slept too late. I think Yu-Gi-Oh was on before. And I always hated Pokemon because I was like, I don't want Pokemon, I want Yu-Gi-Oh! And I turn it off, and so I hated the show. So I never watched it as a kid.
Oh my god. That's fucking hilarious. But the Sun and they should have never changed the animation style. It's so weird now.
They should have let Ash rest in peace.
At least had some kind of growth.
Please release free Ash from the time warp. Can I have like a picket sign?
Oh, there's the door slowly closing.
Yeah, the ghost was just like, "Hey, you good? Nah, I'm sorry. You go right ahead."
It's like, you talk about Pokemon now? Okay, I'm out. Peace.
Oh yeah, I mentioned. Oh, sorry. You can go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mentioned. Yeah, I watched all of Bleach. In my spare time, I used Hulu, and so I watched all of Bleach, including the filler, which is quite a lot. That's many episodes. I actually have no idea. Let me Google how many episodes that was. And then Bleach was actually my first, like big long anime that I ever watched. The other one that I wanted to do was, hold on a second. The other one that I wanted to do was Fairy Tail, which I really, really liked. But unfortunately, where I watched it, Hulu, they only had, even to this day, they have like the first like 3 seasons in dub, and the rest is all in sub. My issue with anime, especially with dub and sub, is that I generally don't just like care which one I watch, but if I start watching it in one, I have to finish it. And with Fairy Tail, I watched it in dub first, so I have to finish it in dub. But they never have it. Which is frustrating as all hell. And so, also, I actually do have to say, though, for Fairy Tail, the sub, I really don't like, just in general. I think it's not a very good sub. Same thing with, Cowboy Bebop, the dub is amazing, and the sub is okay, which is kind of funny. And then I'm trying to find, I can't find an actual episode list. Oh, maybe I can, hold on. So, Bleach has... Nope, not that. Okay, Bleach has 366 episodes. So I watched all of that.
Rest in peace, your fucking whatever it was. Spring break? Summer vacation?
Spring break, God.
Middle school?
When I was in I think it was when I was in high school, and I just sat down after school every day and would just watch it.
Damn.
And that anime that I was talking about with the water world, that is Susei no Gargantia.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm sorry. In English, it is Gargantia of the Verdurous Planet, which is why I could not remember the fucking name. But I will put it in the Skype chat if either of you guys want to check it out. Hubbard may.
So
let's see. I
guess
probably should wrap it up.
Oh, we never get to my favorites.
Oh, excuse me. Go ahead.
I'm not saying.
No, go ahead.
For me, my favorites. Well, I'm gonna get this one out of the way because one of my personal favorite was like Bobo. Because
Bobo. Yeah. I actually never really watched it.
Yes.
But I know its legacy.
I don't.
Yes, it is. Like it is like one of the stupidest things I've seen, but that's why I love it because there's this in a way they did it. It was just, it got me laughing a lot.
Oh, that's I don't know why you jogged my because I guess it was because it was funny. One Punch Man, which came out recently, is the fucking bomb.
Yes,
I love that show.
It's fantastic. One Punch Man is fucking great. One Punch. I
hate. I don't know if we talked about it. I hate Attack on Titan. I hate that show so much.
I do too.
I don't know why.
I watched the first season, then I kind of watched the second a bit, but I was not like really want to watch. I was like, I just watch it whenever I can.
The first season just so I could watch it.
Yeah, same.
And I was just like, I don't really like this at all.
No.
And then I heard season 2 came out, and I was just like, I don't care.
So one of my first semester at second semester at Germana, I had a communication class at night. Well, our first presentation speech was supposed to be a presentation on informing someone about something, like persuasion, like persuading them to watch something. So one kid in the class did anime. So what he did was
interesting.
air a clip of Attack on Titan. So I had watched anime before. I had been watching anime. This was right when Space Dandy was on. Watched anime. But I'd never seen Attack on Titan. Really didn't hear about it. Like, I knew the name, but never really associated with anything. So he showed a clip. And all of a sudden, I saw the giant fucking dude running down the street with that funny way he runs. Right?
One of the Titans?
Yeah. I busted out laughing. I could not breathe. I just was bawling.
Yeah, I think it has it's a specific type of Titan. I forgot what its name is. It doesn't act like a normal one where it goes like, nuts.
It's fucking crazy. Just running naked down the street, and I'm dying. The dude's trying to give his presentation, and I'm sitting there fucking laughing, hysterical. I got...
That's like one of the most iconic scenes from that show. It's just that naked Titan, short, fat, pudgy dude just like running down the street with a goofy looking eyes. Like, what the hell is this?
I was crying, and I screwed the dude over on his presentation. But I had been watching anime for years by that point, but I was not prepared for that.
Out of all of the scenes in Attack on Titan, I don't know why the hell he chose that one.
Yeah, why choose that to persuade people to watch it? And
well, the thing is, I don't really know what I would show for Attack on Titan to persuade. Maybe the Scout Regiment fighting some Titans, but
maybe just that one. Well, to be honest, that one scene alone could at least sum up at least the general anime.
Yeah,
you have what the fuck is going to be happening half the time.
I was going to say maybe show when Aaron's mom dies. And I was like, wait, that's probably not. If you want people to watch it, right? You probably shouldn't.
Just sort of cut a few times next. That's all you got to do. That works. Fly around the city.
Or show it when Aaron gets out of boot camp and they're all running on the roof all triumphant.
Oh my god!
It's just...
So, Soul sent me a crack of Attack on Titan.
A what?
A crack.
It's like a YouTube.
It's a YouTube thing.
Okay.
They basically make their own dub for an anime or a cartoon, and they make.
Oh, it's on a bridge.
Yeah,
series.
it's abridged. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's like that. So it's it's like YouTube poop with sound effects and music
and very horrible. But it was hilarious. This was more of an abridged, but they called it a crack. But it's the drill sergeant scene where they're all and the girl's eating an apple. So the girl,
I thought it was a potato.
Potato. Sorry, some kind of vegetable or fruit. So the girl eating it, and the drill sergeant goes, he starts yelling at her, and
I hope it's the right
he
joke.
asked her what's her name, and she it was something. It was like, oh shit, I forget the name she said, but
Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha, and he goes, that sounds like a whore name, and
Please calm.
and
Please tell me what I think it is.
he goes,
Please tell me.
are you a whore? Do you suck dick for a living?
my favorite one, my favorite, I actually gotta say the abridged of Attack on Titan I fucking loved, and it was by Team 4-Star.
Uh-huh.
Their abridged. You can find it on YouTube, I think. Still, I don't know if it's removed. It was fucking hilarious. Like, I love that more than I do the actual show.
I sat there and I watched multiple episodes of this, whatever it was, and like the joke about this girl continued, right? Like it was like this. It was as the drill sergeant had trained them a while, so like it was a montage of shit happening, and he's like, yeah, that fucking Sasha, I've left her out in the fucking woods to die. She keeps fucking coming back, that fucking whore. And like, it just kept going and I just died. Just do you suck dick for a living? Just fucking killed me.
I guess just continue on to my favorite.
Yeah, your other. We keep getting distracted. Sorry.
I know. It's just fine. I mean, this is what our video is like. Yep. It upset, then it go back and track. Then it upset, all back on track. Another favorite of mine is the Fate series, like Stay Night, Ultimate Blade Work, Zero. Now, a little funny thing about this is I never did tell you, John. Obviously, that's one of my favorite characters from Sable. For me, I originally saw it from the anime, but the anime was based upon the visual novel, and I never got a chance to actually see the visual novel until like high school when I actually like managed to like came across it on YouTube, and well, I was aware about the visual novel already, but I want to kind of like throw this out to you. If you ever want to watch it. Be aware that the anime is a bit more user friendly than the visual novel.
Explain.
Because with the visual novel, there are sex scenes.
Well, John loves those.
We're both John.
That's the only reason he plays Mass Effect.
We're both John, sir.
Yes.
My statement still stands.
Yes. Like, for me, like I say, I was already aware about this, so yeah. But considering the fact that I was like an early high school, so like kind of like with still in that puberty age. It kind of made me like save him more because of that story.
Don't even get me started on that. Puberty hit me like a fucking train. Like, I remember the first. Well, I don't know if I want to get into that, but I can remember the first day. Like, I think like the hormones affected me.
Oh my god!
I can remember. Oh my god! Oh. I'll tell you something.
Okay.
I'll tell you something. That was never an awkward moment.
Let me tell you something about puberty.
Yes. Okay, hold on. Before let's save that story. Let's save that story after we finish.
Well, let's save that. Let's finish this video and finish Hubbard going over stuff, and then we can talk about that stuff.
Like I say, the Face is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, Sable's one of my favorite characters.
Yep. Did you bring that to New Jersey with you?
I had to do the fucking video.
Oh, true.
Whenever I travel, I bring my Yu-Gi-Oh deck, so I'm always prepared.
You know, I like bringing my race cars and my pair of scissors.
Well, a good duelist is always prepared. I always bring my dual disc.
I can't forget. Oh shit! I can't forget my Jessie doll from Toy Story.
We can't see you, so if you're trying to show us something,
I know you can.
I know. I mean, I see a giant shoe like there, but the number 68 on it with Jimmy D.
It works for actual video.
Yeah, we
But
know,
yeah.
but still. Okay, I'm track again before we get distracted with puberty once more. Another of my favorite was was the Neon Long Genesis.
Mhm.
Even though it was a bit, a bit dark toward more to the end.
Mhm.
And another one of my favorite that I never really do say much because it kind of like completely go against like kind of who I am. Will be a fucking Lucky Stars. The weirdest. For the love of God, you guys don't look it up, please.
Okay, I'm gonna look it up.
You're looking that bullshit up.
I'm not.
Just no, yeah, John though, because it's not dirty, but it's just.
You say that, but
It's not dirty. No, it's not dirty. It's just. It's just watching it is enough to make my feel like fall out of my neck and face and everything.
Okay.
I mean, the people who've seen that show probably knows why. It was that, but again, it was just during that awkward moment in middle. It was just during that awkward middle school moment of mine we all had. I was like, oh, this is a very poppy, girly-like show for some reason. Like, let me just fucking watch it, and I ended up liking it.
that's how it always works. They rope you in.
They hook
I
you.
know. I mean, you have been watching was the cat something?
Cat Planet Cuties. All right, I'm not gonna deny it.
I mean, I know. I tell you, that's anime.
Just wait till I edit this video.
It's just like you just see something. You see something like, oh, that's kind of oh, okay, that's something like unique and adorable, and then you just next you're watching the whole thing, and you just like, holy fucking shit, I actually enjoyed this.
I understand. Whew. All right. Any closing statements?
Can I say that that compared how it was back when I first watched it back in like the early 2000s to now? I have seen a lot more. I want to say that. It definitely. I don't know. How can I put this? It did change a lot. The spectrum of anime. It definitely changed a lot. I mean, it did get more popular over here in the U.S. Though it's still not like big enough. Well, we could still get all that nice stuff that we have to wait for years to be imported here. At least it'll translate to English. I suppose we could just talk about that in another video.
Yeah. This was our first kind of bringing anime into the Knights spectrum.
We can review.
Next time we're probably talking about like the merchandise and the games and such.
Yeah.
I've never played any of the games or read really any mangas.
I read a lot. I have
a Kingdom Hearts manga.
I have like 3 boxes underneath my bed just full of mangas.
Oh, I've never read. I gotta say, I mean, we could review. I mean, I don't know if we want to. Anytime like a new anime comes out, we could try to review it. I mean, if we have access to it, of course.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not anime, but I'm gonna try to do reviews of Rick and Morty. When that starts.
Doesn't the new season?
It starts in like 2
got
weeks. But yeah.
Well, they make sure the first one already. So, and we've already seen the first one like
April
6
Fools.
times during April Fools.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, John and Hubbard, for joining me in this episode of Night.
I'm trying to see what you were looking at from your glasses.
Traps are gay.
Way to
we never answered the question, so I
way to reward the people who stuck through the hour and 39 seconds we've done so far.
You're welcome.
What's about wait. Is the bonus gonna be about puberty?
No, it's not. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and like always, I will see you in the next one. Later.